What's up? What's up? What's Bad Wolf? Bad Wolf. You know, Bad Wolf. You so crazy. Sorry, little throwback to Martin. Old Marty Marr. If you're ever watching this, say what's up to your boy, the Bad Wolf. Otherwise, what's good, people? You know what's good? 18 USC 1545. Safe conduct violation. Now, this is some heat that you guys want to put in your informational packets. Your right to travel, your court case, depending on what's going on. And I'll tell you why. This ain't going to be a long video, but it's going to be a powerful one. Because once again, you're going to slap them with, once again, another violation. 18 USC code 1545, safe conduct violation. What does it say? Glad you asked. Read it for me, my sweet lady.
Whoever violates any safe conduct or passport duly obtained and issued under authority.
Wait, what?
Authority of the. Whoever violates any safe conduct or passport. Whoever violates any safe conduct or passport duly obtained and.
Whoever violates your safe conduct, if you're doing something, you're not hurting anybody, you're not speeding, you're not endangering the public safety, you're not committing a crime, you're not in the act of a crime, you don't fit the description of a crime, they're violating your safe conduct if they're going to take you, touch you, or do anything. Even just stopping you is an impediment of your safe conduct, your safe activity in private commerce or private interstate commerce. It's a federal violation. Or passport duly obtained.
18 U.S. Code Section 1545, Safe Conduct Violation. U.S. Code. Notes. Previous, next. Whoever violates any safe conduct or passport duly obtained and issued under authority of the United States shall be fined under this title, imprisoned not more than 10 years, or both.
This is why a lot of people think like I'm against police officers or whatever else. I'm not at all. I've got friends, family. My next door neighbor is a retired cop. We talk all the time. I've got cops now coming to me through here privately, and I don't give away their names or information. I keep it all private. And they talk to me about this, that, and other. They ask me questions. I've solved a couple of problems for some cops. For some of them, I actually worked on some problems that they were like, no, we can't get, there's no way you can do this certain thing. I'm like, yeah, there is. Here you go. You said, but in your videos, you said no. I said, at the time, I didn't know how to, but we've evolved. We learn. We grow. We grow forward. We can grow together. We can grow forward together. Kumbaya, my lord. Kumbaya. So to the great officers of law and all the branches out there who do the right things, thank you for what you're doing. But as you guys know, there's some corruption going on in your departments, and you guys know who those officers are, and your job is to report them anonymously to internal affairs or higher. Otherwise, how many bad cops then do you have on the team? Oh, wait, the blue line of secrecy, right? Doesn't your oath to the Constitution and your American people supersede that which you guys took in your little back room office? We'll leave that alone for now. Anyway, the reason why I bring this up is because you see, it says it didn't say police officers or anybody were immune to that. It said anybody. Anybody. I'm looking out for the American people because guess what, guys? It's not the police against us or us against the police. It's the system using our brethren who are in police and official public capacity as a trustee to the United States of America against us. And we're just trying to show what anybody can make up their own decisions and decide to do and use, as long as you're not a belligerent combatant. So it says anybody is subject to the penalties and prison time. I don't want to see any of you officers, especially my good ones, friends and family out there, being subject to these things when they don't know that. This is why I tell you guys have to send out your affidavits and your packets of information on these laws and these codes to the head of state, chief of police, commanding officers, aldermen, district attorney, attorney general for your state, governor, secretary of state, comptroller. Why? Because if they don't start to change how these police and other agencies treat the American people, now that we know that we can wake up and be part of the private, these laws that are supported on the federal level and the Supreme Court will have a number of people out there arrested and jailed. Because should I be bothered again at this point in time, I'm going for it all. And I suggest all the rest of you guys do it as well. Violations are not going to be tolerated. That doesn't mean you can half step and do some of this. Well, my vehicle's still in my name and I'm rocking their plates, but I just wanted to use the passport to do right to travel. They don't actually have to honor that. They just sometimes don't want to deal with the headache. But if you're going to do right to travel, then you have to do it in full. If you want to identify yourself, okay, that's fine, but they can still write you a ticket as somebody who had a ticket written that way, because I didn't know, I was not doing it the right way when I first started learning this from Jackie Fig years ago, who didn't have to worry about half of this. God rest her soul, and thank you for your efforts in this environment or event, whatever you want to call it. I don't want to see anybody getting into any circumstance. I would hate to see somebody's a good cop just think he's doing the right thing, do something messed up, and then not be able to go home to see his wife or see his kid because he didn't know he was violating federal law, because he was never taught that in the 9 months that they teach them how. But Wolf, how do you know that? Oh, because I was studying to be a cop. Unfortunately, I told the truth, and it got me, well, not where I was going to be. What me as a cop, though? Probably be a cool cop. And I was going to be a federal agent, and I was going to go into the military. You don't like it when you tell the truth. And I thought that was an American way. And in those days, they especially didn't want you smoking weed, no beards, no tattoos, and whatever else. Those are all disqualifiers in those days. Their loss, your gain. They lost out on someone with an IQ of 100 or over 160 or about 160. I haven't tested it in a while. Only gotten smarter. So once again, if you didn't see my last video, I just got an email from a person. It's called BF, and they dropped their case against him using my information and the court case consultation that we did. Now, once again, I do not work on getting you out of things where you've done damage and hurt somebody or it was illegal, criminal. And I can't make any promises. I'm not a liar. Oh, I mean, lawyer. So not licensed. So this is only entertainment, educational information. These are informational pieces that I would bring up or construe. And you still have to do certain things. And if you deviate from what I tell you to do, then that's going to be on you. So, but rest assured that the seminar breaking down the mythology of how to deal with these aspects will be available. And I'm not going to tell you that they're going to necessarily be cheap. Okay. Because my court case for me talking to you personally will probably be cheaper than those. No, we will have some free versions of the seminars. We will still do open-ended seminars and Zooms like we've been doing, where you can ask questions and I'll give you the answers to them. I just won't be able to run through every single thing. But if you want to take the course, we're calling seminars, on learning the whole thing, yeah, it's like anything else for a school. You're gonna have to pay for it. I mean, you go to school and to learn to be this, that, or the other, they're going to tax you in many cases a lot more than I ever have, even if you bought all my stuff together. So we're not here to do that. So it will be worth your time for those people who want to learn to do what I do. Because once you learn how to do this and you can teach other people, you will have a private consulatory association on your hands. All right. That you will be able to utilize for a long time because this system ain't going anywhere, if ever. But we do need to know how to operate with it. So once again, if you've hurt any kids, you've done anything criminal, don't come to me trying to Jedi mind trick me. Well, I really didn't do all of these things. And look, you know if you did it or not. You know what your intentions were. Okay. So I cannot help that. Sorry, you need to get a professional for that. That's just how I work. But if they're minor things, and I'm not saying I know every scenario, and mostly it should be about right to travel or things of this nature, that's what I focus in on. Sorry, just checking out my cameras. People, for some reason, people love to park by my house. All right. Anyway, so yeah, there you go. Once again, let's take a one last quick recap on this little nugget of beauty. You can throw at them 18 USC 1545. And if they take the passport or destroy it, look up destruction of federal property. How about, you know what? Let's just, you know what? Well, I got you guys. Well, I have your attention. Okay. Let's see. Let me make sure. Let's see. Code violation, destruction of a passport. Cornell Law, EDU. 18 USC 1597, unlawful conduct with respect to immigration documents. This would apply to a police officer taking it or whatever else, but let's just see. You know, I'm looking this up for the first time, so it shall be unlawful for any person, to knowingly destroy, conceal, remove, confiscate, or now who would confiscate? That's a police term for a confiscation material. So so the government knows what they're talking about if you know how to read this. Conceal, remove, or possess an actual or purported passport. So what do they say here? Hold on. Hold on. I've never read this. This is just me going through with my little brain here, or my big brain, mega mind. An actual or purported passport. Purported means it doesn't have to be official. That means if you could create your own pet, or maybe your birth document is, all right. So anyway, so an actual or purported passport or other immigration documents. Unlawful, meaning the actual law on the government, not legal. It shall be unlawful for them to destroy, conceal, remove, confiscate, or possess an actual or purported passport or other immigration documents of another individual. And if you go through the Nationality Act, you'll find a lot of good information. Any person who violates subsection A shall be fined on this title, imprisoned not more than 1 year or both. So a police officer or a sheriff or any other agent, any person can get 1 year and a fine for doing these things. Now, it also says down here in 3, in order to, without lawful authority, just because a police officer has a badge does not mean he has the lawful authority. Lawful means constitutional. Doesn't say legal. It says lawful, meaning from the government. The government has to sanction that officer to do it. That's why when they run your passport and it says do not detain, it then says for them to contact the Department of State. If the Department of State says yes, fake that, then he must do it. Otherwise, them doing it, even if they're commanding officer and anybody else says it, it is not lawful. This is what I explained to the commanding officer the last time 2 or 3 years ago when I was there. I said, what you've done is unlawful. And while the other guys around were laughing, like, oh, this guy, he went out and checked out what I said. He pulled my information. 15 minutes later, I was let go. Didn't commit a crime. The officer had no RAS. Taking my passport was unlawful. He said, let Mr. Lovett go immediately. They all got quiet. I said, shit ain't funny now, is it? I said, how much is your house worth? How much money is in your child's bank account? Oh, shit got real quick, son. Y'all got quiet. I said, Mr. Lovett, we don't want any problems here. We just, oh, why are you candying up now? Well, we didn't know you were a private citizen. We did. Oh, okay. Well, ignorance of the law is no excuse. That's what I told him to his face. Now, I'm saying it with a little bit more of a tone here. I was obviously a little nicer there, but I did say it with a lot of sarcasm. We are not here to be belligerents or combatants. They are not the enemy. They represent the enemy. So operate as a non-belligerent, non-combatant. And thank you to the good officers out there who do watch my channel and have reached out to me and have been successful with correcting their standing while utilizing their status as a U.S. citizen to be a police officer. So without lawful authority to maintain, prevent, or restrict the labor of services of the individual, because this is unlawful. They cannot restrict your movement. They're violating federal law on interstate commerce. But they're not if you are a resident of theirs. You guys, you just don't you don't understand how to do commerce. You've been doing it one way in the public your entire life. So how are you going to tell me about the private side? Badwolf, there's no official private thing because, yeah, they can't govern the private. Private means common sense, doing things privately, unregistered, non-recorded. Sometimes it needs to be recorded, though. You can get them on obstruction. Any person who knowingly obstructs, if you're not letting me go and you're not investigating a crime, you're obstructing me. Attempts to obstruct or in any motherfucking way interferes with any interference. This is not a run-on sentence. It says, or in any way interferes with, stops. Meaning interferes with you, your business, your private travel. Or prevents the enforcement of this section. If they do anything to keep you from reporting what they did or whatever else, shall be subject to the penalty described in subsection B. America. You can keep believing the hype out there that they're trying to plug out there that America's not great. America's always been great. America's asleep at the wheel with, Uncle Bob, who's not uncle, hands down your pants, and the other hand on the steering wheel, taking us to P. Diddy's house. But America's fine and well. We've just been abused a little bit. That's a little embarrassing to say, but you know what? We're finna say it. I'm finna go run tell Big Mama and Big Daddy. They finna lay that smack down. We're not kids anymore. We're done playing games. We're not belligerents or combatants, but we're also not going to be your dirty little secret in the back room, if y'all know what I mean. So when you guys have scenarios out there, you go to court, you handle it, and you sue them. All of them. Any of them who colluded. It's called RICO. Oh, yeah. The tow truck company drivers out there. Last time they seen my vehicle and the cops pulled me over like 2 or 3 years ago, harassing me. Tow truck company pulled up and they seen it because I wrote them a letter. I said, I will sue you in federal court for international theft of a private vehicle without jurisdiction and without a contract to the maximum extent allowed by the federal government. Said, but my direct lawsuit to you and the owner and everybody here, because you colluded. When the police officer calls the tow truck company, they are not supposed to do that. They are not even supposed to take, touch, or go into your car without your permission. They don't have a warrant. You have to have a warrant to take the vehicle. Cop and the tow truck company. Or the warrant, one warrant by the cop has to allow and say, I give permission for this vehicle to be towed. Otherwise, they're breaking federal law. Did they tell you that at the police academy? No? You should probably ask your commanding officer. Because that's obstructing. That's interfering. It's federal offense. It's theft. It's international theft. And them working together, when he gets on the horn, tells dispatch to call the tow truck company, that's RICO. And oh, for the operators of such, you're working for them to help that. That's RICO. You can actually be sued yourself directly. And oh, yeah, your bonds, those help a little bit on the public side, but the person can also go after you as a person in the private and go after your homes, your bank accounts, your children's funds, all that stuff with your name, anything you have with your name on it. We're not here to take down or to stop or destroy the system. We're here to work with it, like in the last Matrix movie. We can work together, but that abuse, the days of the abuse and stepping on our God-given, inalienable, constitutional, federally protected, Supreme Court ruled over opinion court that have already been adjudicated on our rights and freedoms and liberties will not be infringed upon in this United States of America. So help me God. And God bless our nation. Because we're operating in terra firma jurisdiction. If you don't know what that is, you better ask somebody. All right, guys, the Wolf's out. Enough recording for the day. Maybe I'll do one more and we'll call it a day. But you guys take care. Don't forget to join me on blacksite32.com. Also on TikTok under the Badwolf. At blacksite32.com. Find all my YouTube, media, social media pages, the correct names and groups to join. You can join the newsletter on Blacksite 32. You can also join me in the Wolf Pack on YouTube so you guys can get the behind the scenes and some of the private videos and private information. And yeah, if you guys ever say hello or what's up in any of the social medias, just know that I may have seen it. I can't get to everybody. So if I happen to pick yours out, just know that it caught my attention, but I can't solve everybody's problems, guys. That's why I make the videos, okay? And that's why the more of these videos I can make, the more information you guys can get to help fix your own problems, because that's what this is about. It's not about me fixing your problems. It's about me finding the things out here that I've used to fix my problems, and I'm showing you guys how to fix yourselves. I'm not here to fix you. You're here to fix yourself. We're just all along for the same ride. as it should be. A nation of nations working together to make this nation great. Talk to you guys later.